Welcome to the Horror Unmasked podcast,
where we unmask the monsters
and explore the lore.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Lily, and today
is our part 1 for our Halloween Horror Nights episode.
Woo! Had to celebrate, you know?
So
we finally made it.
Yes.
What?
Oh, fuck, finally. Swear.
By the time you listen to this,
been so long.
We'll be relaxing.
Fuck yeah, we'll be at VB chilling out. It'll be great.
For those who don't know what VB is, that's Volcano
Bay. It'll be fantastic. It'll be great.
Catch us in the river.
For real.
Catch us in
lazy
not
about
Kopiko-Wai, because
hanging
Kopiko-Wai is the lazy one. I want to go
on the Reppy.
into the Fearless River.
The Reppy.
I could stay there all day.
Facts.
Teawa.
Definitely excited. This is also the first time we've gone this early into the beginning of the event.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, usually we're going more towards the mid of September. So the event's already been out for a little bit.
So I'm not going to lie to you.
We don't have a whole lot of we don't have food. We don't have a extensive list of full merchandise or anything like that currently.
Also, things at HHN may not even be completely done.
100%,
that first
yes.
week.
We know there are certain sections that, haven't been finished as of current for us as of the time that we were recording this. So we know that on the 28th of August is the pass holder preview of the tribute store.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 27th, the day before, what is actually the team member previews. So basically by the 27th, all the food and set design and everything will be completed by that point, because of the fact that that is team member preview. It's essentially how I see team member preview is it is so that when the team members are working during the day, they talk up and hype up the event to the guests based on their experiences during the event.
It's also a time where, if there are any kinks within certain houses or zones or even the shows, they can, fix that out, fix those before official opening day. And it also gets the nerves out for the scare actors and all the performers so that, they can get it out once and they've done it and they know what to expect for the rest
and
of
it gives
HHN.
House attendance and line attendance and all that kind of stuff the ability to kind of get used to their positions if they are doing it for the first time.
Yeah. And that's the same with the actors and the attendants. A lot of people get hired brand new.
Yeah.
Coming to this event, which is
yes,
really
there's 100%
awesome.
repeaters.
Oh, for
without
sure.
question. They have a fleet of people who have done this before.
Which I will say. Oh my God, we're talking as if we know from experience.
From experience. Because we do. Both of us are working the event this year. So I am a house attendant.
And I am a scare actor.
Which is really fucking awesome.
For both of us. Oh my gosh. I feel it's so full circle that, we started this podcast and then partly because of our love for HHN.
For real.
Other parts just loving
the
horror.
Universal franchise because of horror.
Yeah, they invented it, kind of. And just starting the podcast, neither of us have working HHN before. Yeah. And now we're both starting it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's...
Even if it is different positions, it's still very much on track for what we want to do with our lives. So...
It's definitely one of those situations. And it's also just kind of cool because you get to kind of see the alternative side the other side of the event.
Yeah. And where I was going with that one statement before, like having new people coming on versus returners, it's definitely very supportive atmosphere.
Yes.
Of everyone's lifting each other up and giving each other helpful information and tips and how to navigate the next couple of months it's the big theme that has been talked about is how HHN is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
For like all of the workers.
It is.
Because you're there every single night, pretty much.
And they tell you, like, they told us as house attendants and things like that, like, it's going to be intense. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's so many different positions and everything like that are involved in being a house attendant. Or a show attendant, as they kind of duel in that regard. Mm-hmm. But it's, you know, if you ever get rescued and have to go to another house, you kind of have to learn their rotations and do all sorts of stuff. So it's kind of just interesting overall.
Not that we can say a whole lot about it.
Yeah, obviously there's some stuff that we cannot say because that is proprietary information and more
you'll just have to go to the event to find out yourself.
But like, you know,
if we see you, then we see you, but
you know,
you probably won't know that it's a
well I mean, if they've been to our Instagram, they know what we look like.
Yeah,
but you know,
you still won't know who I am.
No, you will not know who she is.
You may see Amber lurking in the hallways.
You will definitely see me. I will definitely maybe accidentally scare you.
But you won't know what I look like. You'll never know what I look like. I personally know some of the characters.
Taking it the Disney route.
Yeah. I'm friends with all the monsters and things.
For real. Let's just say it'll be a chilly reception.
Ooh.
A fascinating tour of a location. You know, hints. Figure it out yourself, dude.
I'm not giving you nothing. You don't get nothing from me.
No. It's definitely, we are both extremely excited. Hopefully next time, fingies crossed. Because I'm essentially like, I went from my one job and went to here.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm in a limbo space.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm in a seasonal position at a place that I'm very excited to work at, but also come November,
jobless.
So thankfully they did, you know, there is a way for
there are opportunities
to have either try and find full-time or part-time jobs. So that is the massive goal in all of that.
For sure.
So for me specifically, this bitch just gets to go back to her job.
Yeah, I still work at Volcano Bay after this.
Yeah.
I just hop on over to the other park.
But yeah, that's essentially my major goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely kind of fun being, oh my God, I definitely can tell that part of like my little group that we had, I was definitely the clear, obvious Halloween Horror Nights nerd.
Yeah.
Had scary movie nerd, like very clearly. I am saying this 100% out the booty hole, that I definitely feel like I gained more of the attention from my leads.
Yeah.
Than the rest of the group themselves.
I kind of had an opposite thing. Maybe not opposite, but like I didn't get any attention from anything, but they were like, all right, let's go around the group and introduce yourselves. And they were like, and give us like one fun fact. And obviously I'm going to tell them
I have a podcast
that is based on horror. And I heard a couple people like in the back of the crowd go, oh, that's cute.
For real.
It didn't offend me. Like we have fun with this. Like I don't care. It's like, yeah, it is cute. I'm adorable. What do you mean?
Have a fucking listen, dude. It's actually informative and interesting.
I think so. I've had people who listen tell me that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, same.
And I every time they're like, I listen to your podcast, and I'm like, honest opinion, go for it. Like, I'm cool. And they're like, no, it was really good. It's just like, okay, yeah.
I like hearing people's thoughts. It's
like, you're
perfect.
not gonna hurt my feelings. Like, one way, like, I'm still gonna do this either way. Sorry. It helps our career.
Yes.
Whether people listen or not.
Oh yeah. It's,
as much as we love your views, don't stop.
I know, right? It helps us with speaking. It helps us with, research. It also helps us with, coming up with fucking ideas. Like, we've got a whole list
creative
of
side. Because learning
thoughts
about how things are created and how how people come up with stories, it's really inspirational, and it keeps those creative juices flowing.
Yes. And also, as more of the behind the scenes editor side of it, it also is really nice because it also keeps me getting better at, and also just like consistently using my programs.
Yeah.
At
the same time, it also like has us keep exploring new stories and new worlds within the horror genre.
Yes.
Like movies we haven't seen before that we probably should have already watched. Like, I don't know, the Insidious house that's going to be at HHN this year.
I have to watch all of the Insidious films. By the time that this comes out, I will have seen all 5 of them. Because I gave myself no other option.
I'm probably going to do the same.
So, because aside from sneaky stuff, you should definitely watch the IP or movies associated with the houses, or you will be lost. We fucked up. We fucked up. We talked about the fact that we fucked up when we went through the black phone house and fucking didn't know it, and then found out that we loved that movie.
It's like one of my favorites. I'm like, every fall and Halloween, I'm probably gonna watch that movie.
Yeah.
It's like that, Scream, and then
I'm just fucking excited. I'm kind of skipping a hop and a dip and a jump real quick, but I'm just excited that we do have a Blumhouse section so that we see the grabber. Yes. I just think that's exciting that we have that.
No, because it's us redeeming ourselves.
I know it is. We actually know who the fuck he is now. I wonder if that means
there's gonna be Vinny there too.
That would be very cool.
Finny.
Vinny.
Whatever.
But yes, that would definitely be very cool. But going back to the topic, it's, do not go to the event without at least knowing what it's about, because you're just gonna be fucking confused. You're gonna have no clue.
I think I might have convinced Sophie to watch Black Phone. She's so Sophie is one of my best friends. She is very against like gore and really and things like that.
Not too bad.
No, and that's what I had to tell her. She was like, "No, I've heard what the story's about, and I don't think I could do it." And I literally
the story's intense.
And I was like, I told her, I was like, it's actually not as bad as people make it out to be. It's way more like,
it's a very powerful story.
Yeah, it's a very powerful story, and it's very,
I don't know. It's got beautiful bonding in a level that is not.
It's very empowering.
Yes.
That's all I told her.
You have to watch it to really understand it, because it is its own kind of thing.
I mean, it's gut wrenching, sure, but like the ending is just so. I told her it in a very much more graceful way, but I'm stumbling over my words right now.
Yeah.
But I think I convinced her to watch it. We shall see. Yeah. Maybe not, but who knows?
But yeah, I would always say, like, even if you don't want to do like what we're doing, which is watching all 5 of the Insidious films, if you don't want to do that, at least I would suggest, if you were going to, like, probably watch the first one and watch Red Door, because I feel like, if anything, it's the first one and Red Door, and then, like, if you're really wanting to do it, it could be the one with the key fingers. My brain spaced.
Oh, I have no idea
what it's called, because again, I haven't seen it yet. But it is, you are for the better if you actually fucking watch this shit. Oh, it's called Insidious: The Last Key.
Oh, huh.
But yeah, I would say probably those Those three, if anything, just the first and the last. So you have some frame of reference.
And I'm assuming for Quiet Place, you're probably only gonna need to watch the first one.
You will only need to watch the first one because it is based on like
the
first one.
Yeah.
Even though the newest one is obviously fantastic.
As for Ghostbusters, I think it's pretty clear which movie you need to watch for that one.
You need honestly, for Ghostbusters, some people would tell you that you don't need to watch certain ones to watch the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Truthfully, obviously you need to have watched the very first one.
The ones I've seen is the very first one.
The very first one is the one that you need to have seen.
And the most recent two.
You need to see Afterlife to get the character context
of Frozen Empire.
Otherwise, you really aren't going to get it. People try to say that you don't have to watch Afterlife in order to watch Frozen Empire. Technically, you don't. But if you want to even know who the fuck these people are, yes, you do.
And we're talking in a movie standpoint, not really like house standpoint. Because again,
not a house standpoint.
We're not trying to get in trouble because we don't know shit.
Well, not even house related. It's just for common sense. Like, if you want to understand what you're watching for the movie, you need to watch this other one so that you actually know who these characters are, have met them, understand like why they are, who they are, and why they act the way they do in the next one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But
it's gonna be good.
I'm very excited. It's 4 IPs, technically, because it's the Quiet Place, Insidious, which is called Insidious the Further, is what the house is actually called.
Oh.
Which is why we've said, for the most part, it's a mix, because it's not named after a movie that's coming out. It's not named after a movie that exists within the franchise.
Okay, yeah, okay, so it's good. It's safe to assume that you might want to watch most of them.
Exactly. It's going to be a mix. But Red Door is clearly going to be one that is important, as even in the trailer for the house.
Yeah, it's the Red Door.
The Red Door is there.
Yeah.
So, and obviously the demon from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why those two are important to know. But Ghostbusters, like we've already said, you have 3 films that you would need to watch to kind of understand what the fuck's going on. The classic first one, because it's important, Afterlife, and Frozen Empire. And then, truthfully, for this last IP, it's not necessary. It's not IP in regards to a film or a franchise. It is an IP because it is Universal Monsters.
Yep.
And it is a version and adaptation, which is Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines.
I'm so excited for this one.
I'm very excited for this one. But what's also really cool, and I've mentioned it before to you, obviously, that it very much is reflective of the monsters section, the Dark Universe section that's going to be at Epic, especially because of the ride that is now that's there, because it has to do with Frankenstein's daughter and other characters from the franchise itself and all the other monsters. So
Victoria Frankenstein.
It definitely works all in that realm too. So it's very cool. I'm very excited for it. All public knowledge.
Go watch the YouTube videos. They're fucking incredible. They're great. They make you cry. Like,
literally.
At least if you're on the same crazy as us. I don't know.
Watching the one for the Dark Universe and hearing them say that they had to invent new technology
was nuts
for the ride is so fucking exciting. For real. For real. All right, some mild housekeeping things. So obviously they have their single night tickets. I'm going to do a little bit of a ticket information. So they start at $82.99. And that's really because it's right now.
Yeah.
When we bought our tickets back in like July, it was like 70 something.
They go up the closer you get to the event.
Exactly.
And if you're buying them day of, they're going to be over $100. I'm going to tell you that.
Exactly. Now, I will say It will have passed by the time that this comes out, but there was, which I'm thinking they might start doing from now on, is the Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream Night, which is the day before the event actually starts.
Yeah.
So on the 29th of August is going to be the Premium Scream Night, which is basically, that was like a $350 ticket starting.
Damn.
Because that's basically, you know, it's the equivalent of like team member night. It's kind of like that kind of feel, because only the people who purchase these tickets are going in. Like, it's a regular person who got an event ticket can't go to this unless you purchase this specific ticket. And then obviously we have our express pass, which is $149.99 starting. I think it was $108 or something around there when we initially did it back in July, I believe, because it wasn't that when we did it. And then obviously they have their RIP tour, and that's $369.99.
That is a goal for us.
That is a goal. I will let you know. If you ever wanted to do a solo tour, that's just as passive.
Like,
because essentially what it is that there's a group of individuals that all pay a certain amount. It's a lot. I can't remember 100% what the actual grand total is, and I don't want to fibble, but it's like possibly has 3 zeros behind it. Is what I think. And I'm like, that's a lot for making it a private.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. But that I am not 100% certain. But I know it is significantly more expensive, because a regular RIP tour, it's you, whoever, like, if you don't have like a group of 12.
Yeah.
And you will be put in with another group of people. Like, it's not a private, you and only your people thing. They have to reach 12 in the party.
What I would like is to, like, for one of my birthdays, like, get the whole fam together and go, but I don't know if that's everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, and we have some family members who, for the safety of the actors, should not attend. Otherwise, accidental reflex kicks in.
I've heard, what about there was one lady today, because we were at Universal, she said that
you forget that he can kick things. He ain't got to use his hands to take someone down.
Well, let me finish what I was saying. She's basically said that she holds like a stuffy in her arms, and like holds it tight so that she doesn't feel the urge to
smack someone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is that possibility, but again,
so there's a life hack. There's a life hack if you're more of a puncher.
Yeah, if you're more of a puncher, hold something in your hands while you are going through. Like, I know as a fear response, like when we would get the blinky cups and shit, and because you have to go in, when you go in the house, you have to have an empty, you can't have open beverages unless it's like closed lid. So for the blinky cup, I always put it upside down to like show them like it's empty, it's upside down. But I would hold it to my chest, or I would hold like my necklace to keep like less of a I'm gonna punch something and more as like a fear response thing. So it's a very similar concept. So there is a thing that is called the Halloween Horror Nights Scream Early Ticket. So basically that is the Stay and Scream area, 55 starting. we usually, and oftentimes, if you are a pass holder, you can purchase a Stay and Scream ticket if you really want to. But
how did I do that last year?
It doesn't really cost us anything.
Did I purchase one last year?
No, we never purchase. We always, what we do is that because we are pass holders.
No, I wasn't last year. That's what I'm saying. I was a team member. Last year we went. I was a team member. I wasn't a pass holder. So how did I get in? I don't remember.
Your pass? You still had access. You're still a pass holder.
No.
No, you as a human being, your pass is still a pass. They didn't like...
My team member pass is still a pass?
Yeah. That's your pass into the park. It's just not... You can't get into the UOAP lounge because it's not a UOAP.
Wait, so then what are you saying about the Stay and Scream?
So there is a... You can start the screams early from 3 to 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., you'll wait in the Stay and Scream area until the event begins. You can purchase a ticket to it if you are not a pass holder. If you are an event ticket purchaser, but do not have a pass for the day, you can buy this ticket and you can get into the stay. You can be guided and taken to the Stay and Scream location, and you go straight there. It's not like, so if you're coming out of state and you don't actually have a Universal ticket and you don't actually purchase a ticket for the day.
I just don't remember if I was able to use my team member, if I had to buy one.
You just had your team member.
Heard.
Because we just got into the park.
That's why I'm like, I don't remember purchasing that.
But the difference is we have passes.
What are you talking about? Like,
Girl, I swear to fuck.
Let's just being thorough for the people.
Okay. If you want to go to Halloween Horror Nights, but are not a pass holder, and do not want to purchase a day pass, you can purchase a Stay and Scream ticket that will allow you into the park between 3 and 5 p.m. That will then let you go to the Stay and Scream location at 5 p.m. We don't have to do that because we have passes, period. Point blank. We can go in at 8 in the morning, pass our little badituts, ride rides, eat food, do whatever the fuck we want.
Not that we're doing that.
And no, because that's nonsense. And then at like 4 o'clock, and we're like, all right, let's go to the Stay and Scream.
Because I'm not going to lie to you. We're probably going to be asleep until like noon.
Kind of. And then it's makeup time, and then it's go time.
Yeah.
But the point is for us, because we are pass holders, we can go, if we want to make sure that we're there by like 1, 2 o'clock, fuck it. Say that we got up earlier, did all of our stuff. We were ready by 1. We could go there because we have passes into the park, period.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not a pass holder, you can get into the park using this ticket it'll allow you to be there from 3 to 5 for the Stay and Scream.
Yeah. Heard.
Clarified for you? Because you couldn't comprehend that you just have a pass?
A little bit.
You just have a working pass that lets you get into the parks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because right now, I have both my team member and my UOAP. I still have my pass. And the only reason why...
Which you don't need.
The only reason why I still have it is because I don't want the chance. Period. Once I'm secure, good. That's fine.
So you're going to keep paying for it until you're like working there casually or regularly?
If I get the job coming the middle of the of event time frame, if I'm able to get a job and all that kind of shit.
So are you applying for stuff?
Fuck yeah, I will. Well, there's a time period.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That will become available for us.
Yep.
So the point is once that becomes available, I apply, fingers crossed, most likely, please get in.
Then we're both permanently working at HHN for the rest of our lives forever.
Forever.
Our lives are bound to you.
And the point is then I will feel more comfortable getting rid of my... Granted, that's also sad because then I don't have access to certain places and certain things. Like, we can never ride a float. But whatever. Anyway, but
I'm sure you could, if you got into like the entertainment area and asked someone that I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on it because I have no idea. I'm sure there are probably ways to do it.
But all right, going on to the other things. Now we are getting into the Halloween Horror Nights Rush of Fear Pass. This grants access up to the first 18 event nights. Mm-hmm. So obviously you have your eligible days. It starts at $179.99. Now, the next one is Halloween Horror Nights Frequent Fears Pass. Now, that's up to 30 nights. But unfortunately, currently...
are they sold out?
It is sold out. The Frequent Fears Pass with Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass is sold out. That is sold out.
That's crazy. Because when I wasn't a team member and I was just a little baby in high school, that's the one I got. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it really pays for itself. If you live in Florida... or around the Orlando area and you're going all of the time, which I was after, how much was it? How much is it?
This one?
Does it say?
Oh my God. Well, here's the thing.
Usually they can be from $300 to $400. So if you go
$239.99 starting.
Look at that. See, after 3 nights, it's paid for itself.
Yeah.
And the amount of days that I went was like astronomical. I probably went like...
And the truth of the matter is it for the most part, almost gives you complete access.
Yeah.
Technically. But yes, the currently the Frequent Fear Pass with Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass is sold out. But the base Frequent Fears Night Pass is still available. Mm-hmm. It's just the version of it that has Express is sold out. And I think that one you have to get in a very specific way. That's not through like the app or anything like that. Like, there's a very specific way you get that specific one. And then you get the Halloween Horror Nights Frequent Fear Plus Pass, which is access up to 40 nights. Now, this one also, Frequent Fear Plus Pass with Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass, is sold out.
That's crazy.
And that one starts at $289.99.
That makes me really surprised that like Express isn't sold out.
I am surprised. Well, because it's Express. Because they also do the Express after 11. That's true. So I'm not surprised that it's not sold out.
I'm telling you though, this is the only night I'm gonna. Cause okay,
let me tell you. But the Express after 11 is also, I think, only available inside the parks.
It is.
You are not going to get it through like the app.
Correct. I will say, just because we're working the event does not mean we did not take vacation days off to then go to the event. Because who do you think we are?
Who the fuck do you think we are?
So I really hope, because we
made sure that we had Monday, because thankfully Mondays and Tuesdays are not event nights.
Yeah.
So conveniently, on Friday when we start our vacation, we can just have days to breathe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, granted I will have school on Monday, but it's only till like 2 p.m. I'm chill.
I mean, I have work till 2:30 in the morning.
On the Thursday?
On the Thursday before we go to Volcano Bay.
I probably same. Hold on. Let's look. Look.
So yes, I will be working the day before, but I definitely am looking forward to going to Volcano Bay.
Because we're doing it exactly how we did it last year. Like, same hotel.
Yeah.
Same.
It was actually cheaper this time, which was wild.
That's great. Awesome. We almost got the suite.
For real.
Because it was cheap. But the thing is, like, we're doing the exact same thing. VB, HHN, rest day.
Yep.
And we're staying at the hotel.
And doing our second part of
our second part of it, like our HHN part 2 podcast. Telling you
What's up?
How incredible it was.
Yes.
And our thoughts and views.
Yes. Are you working the 5th?
Yep.
What time?
Till 1:30.
Ahaha. So we're both going to be tired.
Yeah.
But at least we don't have to worry about getting there exactly. Like, we'll have to figure it out, timestamp, when we want to meet for Volcano Bay.
You want me to just pick you up and take you to work, and then you come home with me, and then I take us to Volcano Bay?
You want me to come to your house? I can't even remember the last time I spent the night at like your parent, at like the house. It's been so fucking long. That's wild.
How long has it been? I don't even know.
It's been a long time.
That's probably not going to happen just because they don't want anybody over while the house is the way it is right now.
And that's 100% understandable. Like, I get that.
Although you should come over when my room is.
But I do also, I get out way later than you.
It's okay. I'd sit in the parking lot for you.
But, yeah. So, I mean, also, you could come here.
Yeah.
So, both options are viable. Because then we could just take one car and dip. Instead of us both going there at the same time. Yeah. That way we're only paying for one car.
Yep. So what could happen is I could come here.
Yeah.
Take us to work.
Yes.
Come back.
And then go. So, yeah.
Or we just sleep in the parking lot and then go to our hotel the next morning.
Be like, wake up. Let's go into the bathroom, put on our bathing suits, and go.
Go to Vivi. No, that's so wrong.
Regardless, we're very excited.
Yes, if you couldn't tell.
For real. But yes. And also there is the Halloween Horror Nights Ultimate Frequent Fear Pass, which obviously it gives you free self-parking, but also gives you access to the entire event, essentially.
Yes.
But also this one, Ultimate Frequent Fear Pass with Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass, is sold out as well.
That's crazy.
So the three biggest ones are all...
We're telling you about these to crush your dreams because you can't get them anymore.
I mean, and there's a 50-50. You know, things can happen.
That's true.
This one is $399.99 starting.
Wow.
So it depends on the night. Again, that's a big part of that.
Okay, but I'm just going to say it. Like, honestly, those prices to me are not that bad. Because if you do go all of the time, like me and some of the people that I know.
Yeah.
Again,
it becomes worth
for
it.
itself.
Yeah, it pays for itself. And that is true. That is definitely true.
And then you're honestly saving money.
True.
Like, if you really go as much as... Whatever. Words.
If you go often, it is a benefit and will pay for itself. It's kind of like... This is the weirdest fucking analogy, but here we go. It's a universal one. It's as if... It's like paying for... Like, buying yourself one of the Coca-Cola Freestyle cups.
Mm.
After, like, the third time you use it, it's paid for itself.
Yeah.
Because you can just fill it as, like, you charge it the first time at the beginning of the day.
Which is significantly cheaper than the first time of the purchase of the cup.
And if you do have certain passes that give you discounts, that goes towards it.
Yep.
And then, literally, again, even for the original price plus... every single time that you charge it for the day, by the third time you've paid for it. And way over. Without question.
Correct.
And even better, you can get slushies in it. So it's even more worth it.
Slushies are free, baby.
Slushies are free. And there's a watermelon slushie in Seuss Land that is the absolute fucking best thing in the universe. And I rest my case on that one. All right.
Mic drop. Let's get into the important bits.
That was more of a mic slam. but still. Anyway. The exciting things. Obviously, like we said, we don't have any food associated things. The only thing I've seen so far, no pricing associated with it, but I did see that there is a State Puff Marshmallow s'more that will be available during the event, but that is literally the only food thing that I've seen available as of this recording. There are no food things that we can like say what we're excited to try or to drink or anything like that. We don't have any of that. I will say if
the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy is real, I'm going to eat the fuck out of him. Thank you.
They're nihilistic as fuck.
That's why I said it that way. I don't care if it was aggressive.
They're nihilistic as fuck.
That's how they would want it. That's how they would want it.
These motherfuckers burn themselves, fucking squish themselves, fucking rip themselves apart. And do it with a smile. They do not care.
And then they keep going.
Yeah. They look at it happening.
Yeah.
And then they just keep going. They're
unless they are like
weird.
Unless they explode.
They're fucking freaks.
They're still going. Like they still get up and they live their little lives.
For real.
Their little jolly.
For real.
Masochistic lives.
So it'll probably be during our second part that we'll be able to be like, here's what we ate. Here's what we kind of saw. These things seemed interesting. There's a chance that we might try some of these things the next time we go. Regardless of anything, if either I go again or anything like that, because I know that I'm always usually the person who really is excited about possibly trying other foods. And unfortunately, they're only ever available during the event nights. So, yeah, I could always go again and be able to kind of take things at my own pace, because hopefully on the night that we go, because we have our express pass and everything,
I swear to
we
God,
will bust
if
through
I
them
drop
houses.
My twisted tater again, I'm rioting.
You're not resting it on your fucking leg and using one effing hand, you psycho. No shit, you dropped it. You dropped it because you tried to one hand your tater.
It's because I had my drink in the other hand.
Yeah, you put the fucking drink down. I even gave you space to do it. But you were like, nah, watch me. And I was like, I am. And you fucked up. And you lost your tater.
But you felt bad for me in the moment.
In the moment?
You made fun of me later. I feel like if you made fun of me in the moment, I literally would have cried.
I've been like, the fuck are you doing? Why'd you do that?
Because I'm not going to lie to you. Those twisted taters are not cheap. Discount or not.
Yeah, but they are good.
And back when I was living in an apartment, I had no money.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, we like obviously, like we were saying, there's gonna be some staples that are like the twisted taters, the pizza fries, the s'more fries. There's going to be certain things that are going to be very obviously available. Mm-hmm. We just don't know the more thematic ones that are associated with houses or other things, unfortunately, as of right now.
If they don't have like a Death Angel popsicle, I don't want it.
Would it be a popsicle?
No, I feel like it'd be some... Oh, they'll probably do a twisted tater off of it because of how long and lanky they are.
They could. They totally could.
I don't know. This is all speculation.
Well, we do know our scare zones.
If it ends
up
being the truth,
zones.
If that ends up being the truth, and somebody comes listen to this, and they're like, "She knew, I did not, guys." Genuinely.
So we will get into some of the more.
It'll probably be like a red door burger with like red buns.
Possibly.
Something like that.
Possibly.
They do weird shit.
But also, I could see something like that, but not necessarily that. It could also be like a pizza or a flower-shaped dessert.
Yeah.
That kind of, has those petals visual to it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do scare zones first, or do you want to do houses first?
Oh, we're going to do scare zones first. We start small.
Okay. So scare zones. Well, here's what I'll do. Correction. We're going to do show because there's only one show. We'll do the show first.
I'm so fucking excited for this, guys.
The show is in
my opinion, it's the best part of the whole thing.
The classic area. That's where back by Men in Black. It's the fucking Fear Factor area.
Yeah.
I wonder when we're going to stop calling it the Fear Factor area, because honestly...
Never.
It hasn't been Fear Factor in a very long time.
I'm going to be so honest with you. They really almost got me with this and tried to make it seem like
they were not going to do it anymore, or
they
were going to change it to something that was not it.
And I was like, why would you fuck with perfection?
So but they are still doing Nightmare Fuel, but this time it is Nocturnal Circus. It is step right up to a dark circus, a new nightmare that carries with it a sinister curse. Get trapped in a thrilling spectacle of pyro and aerialists to the beat of pulse-pounding rock anthems.
I love it.
Also, I love the reference Sinister. We'll explain that one in a second. So, moving on, and another real quick, simple, fast. The rides and attractions that will be open during the event are Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, Transformers, Revenge of the Mummy, Harry Potter, Escape from Gringotts.
They're bringing the Death Eaters back.
They are. The Men in Black and then the Death Eater encounter. All of those are during the event. So,
You're gonna hear me make a lot of weird noises out of excitement. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
So, moving on to scare zones. When you first enter the park, the one that is the closest to the gift shop and that kind of little moment right there is called Duality of Fear. As soon as you enter the gates of Halloween Horror Nights, you must choose a path. Follow Sinister, the manifestation of visceral horror, or Surreal, the incarnation of unearthly terror.
Women!
Yes. So it's Sinister and Surreal. They are not rivals. They are a team that works together.
They're sisters, yeah.
And I don't think they've been referred to as sisters.
That's what I've heard.
I can't remember. I might be. I think they might. I think they are. I have their lore that I will get into in a moment, unless you want me to do it right now since it's their zone.
Just go for it.
Okay. So they do have lore associated with them, but Sinister and Surreal are our two women of power, our icons for the year.
Woo!
They are two sides of fear. They work in tandem as a team. Together, that is what they do. They are very powerful and very fucking cool.
Yeah, just they're so bright and colorful, and I'm so excited to see them come to life in their little scare zone, because it's the first one you see when you enter.
It is. It's the very, very first one. So,
like the icons usually are.
This is the lore for Sinister and Surreal. For 33 years, the screams of thousands of eager Halloween Horror Nights guests have been collected within the shadowy depths of Universal Orlando Resort. With each year that went by came a new set of frights for our guests to indulge. All the while, their wails of terror festered beneath the billowing fog up on the surface, forming a monstrous manifestation of the horror that lives within their hearts.
Is that Otis?
Yes. An evil overgrowth that would spread its hellish grasp throughout every crevice of the park's underbelly.
I'm getting that merch.
As the overgrowth expanded in size, its beating heart ripped a tear between our world and the vast universe of horrors that exist beyond our own, the never-ending void in which fear derives from. Within that universe are two distinct realms, one fueled by physical pain, while the other is plagued by psychological torment. At the helm of these worlds are two entities, sinister and surreal, who each embody the hellscapes they stand guard for.
Damn.
So that is it. They are not sisters.
No.
They are just two entities that both show the different sides of fear itself.
Gotcha.
Which is very fascinating. I wonder if there's a chance we might get more information and more lore, because maybe, fingies crossed, maybe they are sisters and maybe they're the daughter of fear. Maybe they're the daughters of fear.
Or
because fear is an entity itself in the Universal Halloween Horror Nights lore. He is an actual figure.
Yeah.
Who created all of the other icons. So.
And maybe I'm labeling their gender because, I don't know.
They are female presenting. Yes.
They are female presenting.
They are female presenting. So yes, they are women. They are female presenting.
Fair enough.
So even Universal itself on the Halloween Horror Nights page has talked about them.
Okay.
But yes. So that's the first one you have. Now, you have a path of choice. Would you like to follow sinister, or would you like to follow surreal?
Sinister.
Alrighty, so if you would like to, I will place you where you go. So this next scare zone is the one that will be directly in front of where the mummy and the tribute store will be.
Yes! This is the one I'm most excited for out of the scare zones.
And this one is Torture Fair.
Come one, come all, to Sinister's Renaissance Fair, with the devious theme of medieval torture. Brave the gloriously gory homemade torture devices till you're put out of your misery.
Yup.
It's a Ren fair in the middle of HHN.
But the biggest thing that it wants to say is it's a Ren fair. It is not. Yeah. It is the signs all say 2024.
Yeah.
So it's
not like Vamp 69 where they took you back to that time. Like
no, this
today.
is a modern Ren fair.
Yeah.
Quote Ren fair.
It makes up for the one that I missed when I went to Seattle.
True.
Just more gory.
So now, if you want to follow surreal, that will take you into the area where you've got the Born Stuntacular and the horror makeup show and everything right there. And that one is called Demon Queens. Get caught in an otherworldly hellscape, ripped from the darkest corners of your mind. 4 merciless queens, loyal to surreal, rule, surrounded by hordes of fanatic followers.
Women!
Yes.
Do you see a pattern here? I'm loving it. Love the male icons and the male characters and all of these things. I just think it's about time that we've put women in the front as well.
So which one do you want to do next?
I'm going to do
you want to go towards the park? Where we have that area. You know the area that we're talking about. The one that's right next to Central Park. And this scare zone is called Swamp of the Undead.
In backwaters, Louisiana, you unwittingly wander onto private property where you're swamped by zombies born from the bodies of other trespassers who were killed and dumped in a nearby bog.
Yeah. I feel like out of all of the scare zones, this and Torture Fair are probably the two that have the most stuff that is in them currently.
Yeah, currently at this moment.
Yes. And then
which are the two I'm most excited for. And if you look at the picture, I didn't notice this before, but there's a little gator sticking his little head up.
Yee.
Right there.
Yee.
So cute.
It's a very cool setup.
Right now, to me, that one's the most beautifully
we
put
always
together.
fucking enjoy that one, though.
Because it's always the nature ones, and it's always the most, like, filled with props.
Because they put cool shit in the trees and shit.
Yes, yeah. So usually that one and the area next to the mummy are usually my favorites. So.
And sometimes, depending on if they really pop off with the sounds, the lighting, and all that kind of stuff, then the one that is the Bourne Stuntacular area can be fucking
that one's also usually
stunners.
Really good. Yep.
Absolute love.
Yep.
So our last scare zone is over by the exit of Fast and Furious.
What?
You know? And it is Enter the Blumhouse.
Ooh.
Run a terrifying gauntlet of Blumhouse characters, from the Grabber to Megan, dancing into your nightmares. This is a new kind of horror. So essentially, it's you encountering a bunch of the different villains associated with other Blumhouse films. Which is exciting because it actually gives us a chance to see the Grabber and actually know who the fuck he is.
Yes.
So that's definitely very exciting.
All right. So now we rank.
Now we rank the scare zones. Now.
So what we're going to do.
Oh, and I consider it a scare zone, but not really. It's really like a food place, but it is an immersive atmosphere that you can walk through. There are no scare actors in it, but it is Sting Alley. It's that alley that kind of goes, you know which one I'm talking about. Like at this point, it's that like little alleyway that takes you between the buildings, like from the lake, like the pond side over heading towards the Mummy kind of range. It's that little area called Sting Alley. And that one is themed after A Quiet Place. So that'll be exciting to kind of see come to fruition. We kind of got to see the facade of it, and it's the farmhouse. So, but yes.
But now we're gonna rank the
scare zones.
We're gonna rank the scare zones. We're gonna do how we think we're going to like them right now, and then in the next episode we're going to rank them based on how we actually
like them. This is all us making assumptions.
Yes.
Currently. Okay. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up.
You give me your list and then I'll give you mine.
Number 5. Enter the Blumhouse.
Okay.
Number 4. Duality of Fear. Number 3, Swamp of the Undead. Number 2, Demon Queens. And number 1, Torture Fair.
Alrighty. Okay.
So what's yours?
Ours are pretty similar. There's just like... Here. Number 5, Duality of Fear.
Oh.
Yeah. Number 4, Blumhouse.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So our two were swapped there. I think I'm more excited for Blumhouse just because we get to see the Grabber this time and actually know who he is, and like I'm really excited. And also usually the first scare zone doesn't really have a whole lot going on in it.
That's why I put it at 4. Yeah. Like I'm excited because we're gonna meet the icons, but it's not like it's the introduction to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Is how I see it.
Okay. And then for number 3, Demon Queens.
Gotcha.
Number 2,
Swamp.
So we both those again.
So we both did Torture Fair
as number 1, baby.
I'm very excited to see what this one's going to be like. We'll see.
I'm excited because I already have an idea about like what these costumes are going to be like, and just oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And how the characters are going to bring it to life.
The only reason why I put Swamp lower, because I'm not going to lie to you, usually and consistently in the past, when we've gone, it's always been like number 1 and number 2 is in that range. But I'm not that big of a fan of the undead. like zombies.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fan of zombies.
I mean,
so
looking
it
at
really
it makes
has
sense.
to matter how it's done.
How it's portrayed.
If it's done and
tastefully,
it's really
and it's
good
and
and it's really interesting, like, yes. But that's why I kind of put it in the mid-range.
I didn't because, again, like you said, it's usually 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we walk through the Demon Queen area today, there was, like, not anything in there right now. And I'm sure there's going to be more when we go. But personally, I just... And, like, it was beautiful work. It's just, like, even without the scare actors and without the fog and the noise and all the things.
It was fucking great.
Swamp was beautiful. Like, it was gorgeous.
They always bust booty holes.
Yeah.
Making that area look amazing. Every fucking time.
Every time. Whoever's on that creative team.
Doing that specific section.
Give them a raise.
Fucking pop off. Love it. Please and thank you.
There you go.
Tasty morsel.
Yep.
But here's my thing. And it's consistent. At least since I've been going to the event. It's been consistent. That the area that is over by the exit of Fast and Furious is underwhelming. Which is why I put Blumhouse at the bottom. Like, I'm excited to see the Blumhouse characters, but I'm not expecting a whole lot.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
I will say last year, it wasn't terrible because they had the whole witch stage thing, but still... Not last year, the year before. Last year was like cargo shipment. And last year had Batty and the cool stilt walkers.
Yes.
But I will say that if the stilt walkers weren't there, underwhelm.
I still think we put it at the bottom. No, I think it was like number 4 because of the first area.
So I will say... Whoever's on the creative team for that section, do better. Please.
Yeah.
Give that a little bit more attention. Because I feel like too often and too consistently, don't worry that there's boats and shit. Like, theme it.
Right.
You know? Like, yes, convenient jungle and shit. But I'm sorry. When it was the fucking farm and had all the farm shit and the dope-ass, like... scarecrow creatures and all sorts of shit in that area. It was amazing. I fucking loved that section.
It's beautiful.
So trust me, you can do it. I have faith in you.
But even just from like all the times I've seen it, it's consistently been on the bottom for me. I feel like, and I'm telling you, it's the curse of Fast and Furious.
It's the curse of Fast and Furious. Look, you got rid of Beetlejuice and you fudged it. You got rid of the Beetlejuice show, and you fudged it. That was the problem.
They are... Okay. I will say, guys, if you don't like Fast and Furious either, Universal is a park that loves suggestions.
Loves, and wants, and makes changes.
Yes.
Based on mass suggestion.
I'm not kidding.
I am casting the spell mass suggestion. Right now.
Which is good.
Please and thank you. That's actually, I think, like a level like 8 or 9 spell in D&D.
We're fucking wizards, bitch.
Please. Like, send it in. There's got to be some... Look.
I feel like...
King Kong is great. King Kong is great.
You know what this feels like to me?
Fast and Furious is...
Yeah, because they're the same ride, but not.
No. King Kong is, like, beautiful.
Really great. Really
and
beautiful.
Great.
Like, even that line is... Oh...
lot of physical animatronics and atmosphere.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, I don't know if you could do mass suggestion right now, because to me it feels like we're just starting our campaign and the theming and the story is universal. So right now we're both like level 1 or 2.
No, I feel like we're leveled up a little bit more than that.
A little bit more?
Because we've been doing it for a little bit.
Okay.
I would say we're level 5.
I'm gonna say 4.
Like us starting this event would be us reaching level 5.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about our careers within Universal. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, if you're talking about careers within Universal, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if we were to go into like my knowledge banks,
Yeah.
I am the wizard who studied constantly.
Because what I'm talking about is having the power to do mass suggestion and, like, it doing something.
Oh, yeah. No. Eventually, I will fucking fingers print beyond that level. But yes, I put suggestions in.
Do it.
Anything is better. Please.
Everyone hates it.
They have so many other franchises that they could just do a better ride on.
So many.
Please and thank you. The only good thing about that ride is the music. That's it. That's it. And here's the thing. I actually like the Fast and Furious films. Like, I don't hate them. I actually like them. I kind of find them fun. They're their own little thing. I enjoy them for what they are. Like, I like them. The ride, however, is not good.
I've never seen them, and I'm gonna be honest, I probably never will.
Yeah, they're not like a requirement of society.
No. Although the looks that people give me when I tell them I've never seen the movies is like so crazy. But I don't think it's that deep, but if you think it's that deep, okay.
I just wanted to watch them because I was like, I don't know what the fuck these are. I'm gonna watch them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Props to everybody who made those movies. Like, they're a big hit with so many people. Hello, there's a literal ride at Universal. Like,
but they also like did the thing where they reached for the sun, and then like, how are you gonna backtrack from that? It's like classic MMO RPG where like the story gets so intense and like otherworldly that it's like, how do we take this back down to like, you're just a dude?
You mean what the MCU
being
did?
A hero. Like, even some video games that have done it. Some, because I'm saying MMORPGs.
Yeah.
There are certain ones that I'm like, you just went too far, and how are you going to make it so that it makes sense that you're in the position that you're in?
Yeah.
Because you can no longer just be referred to as like this random dude. No, you are the hero.
Yeah.
Like, you, period. There is no like, I'm just this level 1 starting dude who's just doing errands. Like, nope. I'm the big honcho. Fuck you. You know. So, but yeah. All right. We are officially moving on to the houses. Alrighty. Mother,
I was gonna say alrighty.
How dare you?
But then I heard you, and I was like, I know she's gonna do
You're
it.
a monster. How
so
dare
I did
you? Get the fuck out
Get
of
out
my mind.
Stop! Well, I've been here too long.
You know.
Kidding.
All right. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink.
Hurry up. The people want to know.
All right. When you first enter the park and you go past your first scare zone, the first house in which you will encounter is Monsteros, the monsters of Latin America. And the information for this one is, with La Muerte as your guide, you'll be begging for piedad from these 3 terrifying legends: Tlalhuelpuchi, La Lechuza, and El Cibon. So, obviously, being a white bitch, I was like, who are these? The only one that I kind of recognized was La Lechuza.
La Lechuza, yeah.
Was the only one that I kind of recognized. The other ones I was looking up, but I also looked up La Lechuza again anyway.
La Muerte is as your guide.
Death.
Yeah.
Death is your guide, which is fucking cool. Anyway, I look forward to this house. I think it's going to be a cool one. Because essentially what it is that they're like, 2 of the characters are kind of like witch, vampire. One of them is like part owl.
Ooh.
And then El Cibon is like a lost soul kind of character, in which the way that I learned about it is essentially he carries a bag on his back that contains the body of his father.
Yeah.
So his father's chopped up body inside of it.
Yep.
Because he murdered his dad.
Yeah, and that's
and then
his
he
curse.
was punished.
Yeah.
He was lashed, lime juice, and like chili pepper and shit on his back,
on his wounds.
Holds a bloody bag on his back. Like, this dude, he has a whole thing.
I forgot about that. I do know who else.
Oh fuck!
What?
I'm so more excited now because I can't wait for the sound design, because he's associated with a whistle.
That's right. We talked about this.
We did.
And it's the closer he is, the safer
you are. The farther his whistle is away, the more in danger you are.
Oh no.
But here's the thing. I remember us talking about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or not.
I don't know.
But I remember us talking about it because I was telling you about the character.
Yeah.
And in the thing that we had, it gave you the notes of what the whistle is.
Yeah.
And what they are.
We went through it.
And she did the whistle.
I did.
And there was immediately a level of unsettle. And then like we heard my brother's dog bark. But then I remembered in the fucking thing that if you do the whistle, which is to essentially be calling him upon you, the only thing that can protect you is a dog barking.
Like, what the fuck? One
of the things that can protect you is a dog barking. So she did that whistle, and then he barked, and then I realized what happened, and I was like, oh my God, did you almost get us fucking haunted?
Probably. The thing is, I literally put that out of my memory.
Because you were fucking terrified. You were like, I almost brought in a creature.
Yep.
Great, thanks.
I'm not doing that again.
But yes,
personally,
I'm very excited. I'm hoping that they implement the whistle.
The whistle, yeah.
That's going to be very cool.
For sure.
Very excited about that. The next house that you will be encountering, and also to just let you know, just because some people do like to know this information. So for Monsteros, that is Soundstage 23A. For those that do enjoy knowing what soundstage they're at. Because there are some maps that you can see kind of pointed to which one certain things are at. But the next house in question that you come across, you'll be entering in towards where the amphitheater is. And that one is
A Quiet Place. Make a sound and you won't last long. Monstrous creatures who can hear the slightest noise will hunt you down and silence you for good, as the post-apocalyptic world comes to terrifying life.
It will be very exciting. I look forward to it a lot. I honestly, even talking with like leads and shit and general, like, this is not spoiler. This is just us fucking speculating. We're like, I can't wait to experience what the fudjuckles the sound design of this house is going to be.
I literally don't know.
Because this house is in Soundstage 22. And for the most part, I believe that it is alone, like, in a soundstage by itself. So it won't, a lot of the times, two houses will be sitting next to each other. So this one is specifically by itself.
That's definitely on purpose.
So the sound design in this house is going to be fucking wild. Purely because this movie's called A Fucking Quiet Place. If you've watched it, it's fucking silent.
Yeah.
Dude.
The only parts of this movie that are loud are the climactic points.
And even climactic, it's not even just that. It's also, it has less to do with like human sounds.
Yep.
It's all just like nature and everything, and like the world and the buildings and everything like that making sounds.
What it would be like if no humans were here to,
So it's gonna be fucking fascinating.
Okay. If you've been listening to the podcast, you obviously have heard, and if you've seen this episode of our podcast, you know that I fucking love this series.
Yes. And the newest movie was absolutely amazing.
So good. So when I found out that this was going to be one of the houses, I
was very excited.
So excited.
That was, I will say, I remember you saying that when you knew that you were selected to be a scare actor, you were like, there were certain things you were hoping for, because I think by that point this house had been announced and you were like, why did it be this one?
Actually, I don't know if I cared.
You just were like, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
You're like, put me anywhere.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Pretty much. That's literally how I've been the last, because I've auditioned for the last 3 years and I finally got it. And so every year I literally would say, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
True. I mean, I've been screaming, let me in.
Yeah.
So, hey, you let me in.
I've just been over on the bench.
She's been over on the bench. Over on the bench. Yeah. The Volcano Bay bench.
Over where? Where?
The VB bench. The bench.
The V bench.
The V bench.
The Volcano bench. Okay. You get it.
You get it.
Coach finally put me in.
I know,
I'm
right?
on the team. Well, I was on the team, but I'm playing now.
For real.
Look at you just being able to play right off the bat.
God, thank God. I mean, not really. I've been struggling, but I've been struggling less than some of the other people that I've heard.
What do you mean?
Because there was another kid that was in... He's not at my house or anything like that, but there was one of the other kids that I got to like interact with, and there's a whole bunch of people that are really, really fucking cool there. But I guess he's going to school. I can't remember specifically if it's a certain part of it, but he's going to school like revolving around like working at amusement parks. Like,
oh, wow.
He's actually, and he like was able to speak with a higher up in Universal and was like, apply. Like, nice. The dude told him to apply.
Nice.
But I guess he's been applying for like 3 years.
Hi.
Whereas for me, I've been applying for Universal period for 3 years.
How?
I've been applying since like February.
Okay, I'm gonna make you all feel bad. I applied for a month and then got...
And they immediately. So shut the fuck up. I have 2 years worth of retail.
All right. Okay.
Please, just let me in.
Okay.
Just let me in.
But I will say, guarding was not easy.
No. That fucked her up and injured her for life. So, hey. Hey.
So, I take what I can get. That was my foot in the door.
Yes. This is my foot in the door.
See what I mean?
So.
Yeah, they had me on like... Not even on the bench. I was fucking water boy. Like, literally.
You were water boy.
Literally.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
All right. The next house is over by Jimmy Fallon. And that is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. A bone-chilling new specter has escaped from an ancient artifact. The Ghostbusters are the only ones who can save you from a second ice age.
Tickets now on sale.
Yeah. I don't read that part on purpose. Well, mine don't say that, but yes. And this one is going to be Soundstage 23B. So, yes, this is back behind Jimmy Fallon. But the portal is where you remember, like, when Halloween and all that other kind of stuff has been there. The next 2 houses are in that area that's, like, at the end of the road that is by the tribute store.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about. There's always those two houses that are right there. So this first house is
Insidious.
There's more to that. There's more to that one. But you know, you made a choice.
I think it was pretty good.
She made a decision on that one.
The further. Okay. It's not the house that's haunted. You are.
Mm-hmm.
How profound.
I know, right?
That kind of hurt my throat a little.
Well, yeah, no shit.
But it's
like it threw your back out to it. Jesus.
I did good though. You can't tell me that wasn't cool. She's not speaking.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's keep going.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks I'm cool, guys. I swear.
Wait, is that all that you said?
Yeah.
Hold on. Go back to it.
That's all it said.
I'll let you read this one. Okay.
That's why I'm saying.
Way more.
We can keep that part though. That
Yes,
was cool.
you can say that part again.
It's not the house that's haunted. You are. Enter the further as demons try to ensnare you. The red-faced demon will lure you into his lair. Keyface will unlock your fears and more.
So, that is proof. You need to watch the first one and the last two. That way
You get it. As same with Quiet Place, because like when we were when we read the thing, it literally said coming to the first two movies.
So it will have both of the films in the A Quiet Place house.
Yeah.
It'll have aspects of both.
It should at least.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna get like the train scene and like the boat dock and the whatever. Anyway,
I have knowledge.
you can't tell me.
I have knowledge.
You can't tell me.
I have knowledge.
I've never seen it because I haven't. I've seen one house, two. I've seen two.
I've seen 5.
Ugh.
It's convenient when your soundstage is connected to another area that's also where 3 other houses exist, and in your soundstage, so does another house exist. So, you know, hey.
So out of context clues, if you're going off of that, you can kind of almost tell where I'm at.
For real. You into boonies. You into boonies. I'm in the bougie bitch area.
Kind of.
I'm on solid ground. Is what
All
I
right.
say.
Listen.
I'm on solid motherfucking ground. I don't have a chance of flooding.
Bitch.
I don't,
Hey.
my house won't flood. My queue won't flood.
I'm not the one saying anything.
Because we've definitely heard about period at point blank, just like there are certain houses that if it gets too rainy, them motherfuckers, those queues start to flood because of the ground. So, yeah.
I'll say not.
Next. All right, next. The one that will be next to the Insidious portal, the one that will be directly next to the tribute store is Triplets of Terror.
Really? Okay.
Oh, and Insidious the Further is, real quick, in Soundstage 24A. So Triplets.
That's what. No, I'm not calling it triplets. It's triplets.
Triplets of Terror.
Triplets.
You're
Triplets next to the torture.
Twipwits of Terror.
Triplets of terror next to the torture fair.
Next to Insidious the Further.
The farter.
The Further.
The farter.
The Further. Next to the Twibute store.
Next to the Twibute store. Oh my god! So on your way, like after you pass the Twibute store, and when you pass through the torture fair, you can stop by the Twibute store, then to go see the Twibutes of Terror.
The Twibutes of Terror.
Next to Insidious the Further.
The Further. And then if you really want to, you could go see Ghostbuster. Frozen up here.
And then, you can't even really say it like this. A quiet place.
And then a quiet place. And then Monstrous!
And then the wheel of senator.
And then the wheel of senator.
And then you can leave.
And then you could leave. Because fuck off.
Oh
anyway.
Okay.
All right. Triplets.
We're children.
Triplets of Terror.
Okay, I think the Triplets of Terror actually entered our mind there.
For real.
For a second.
You're invited to the Barmy Triplets birthday bash.
Mm-hmm.
But beware. They celebrate by recreating their family's murders. Prepare for a gory gathering.
Dope.
So, yeah. If it's not obvious, this is going to be a gory house.
Yeah.
Like, they recreate their family's murders. So, yeah. And Triplets of Terror is Soundstage 24B. So, like we said, the two are right next to each other. And the next house is at the Fast and Furious ride. And that one is going to be...
Major Sweets Candy Factory.
Hell yeah.
You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. The deadly delicious treats turn the kids into sugar-fueled fiends.
So literally, this is an expansion on the tribute store / scare zone.
Hold on, I actually like this description more. Can I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to use the voice though. Major
Sweets
Factory. Okay. Major Sweets Candy Factory. You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. But this sweet tour is about to turn sour when free samples transform the kids into candy-coated killers, wheeling sharpened candies.
Yeah. So this essentially is the house that is associated with the scare zone and tribute store that was from the 1 year.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Where, you know, it was created like a fun house, and really it was like a trick to get a bunch of kids to take infected candy, essentially.
I just noticed that little boo's on his hat.
Yeah, he's always been there.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, and if you go to the San Francisco Candy Company, his symbols and his Major Sweets Candy Factory is starting to infiltrate inside of that store.
Oh.
Like all over that store.
Hello.
Which is really fun. Alrighty. The next house. Now these next two houses are right next to each other. They are next to our lovely show this year.
Nightmare Fuel.
A Nightmare Fuel.
It's in between Nightmare Fuel and Men in Black, yeah?
Yes. It's like literally right there. It's next to what would be the guest service area spot in the back. But this one is going to be Goblin's Feast. Welcome to the Goblin's Feast Tavern. And visit the Goblin Village, where a lavish feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches. And you're the main course.
I fucking love that.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, and then the house that is going to be right next to it, also, so, because I keep forgetting to do it for them, Major Sweets, like I said, Fast and Furious. But Goblin's Feast is going to be tent 4, which is way the fuck in the back.
Yeah.
Way the fuck in the back, like the farthest corner. But the house that is going to be next to it is
Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines.
Fuck yeah.
Get caught in an epic battle as Saskia Van Helsing and the Bride of Frankenstein go up against Dracula's daughter and her monstrous mavens.
Hell yes. I'm so excited for whatever the fuck this house is going to be.
I just realized that technically we're on the Horror Nights Orlando page.
Yes. Yes, we are technically.
Because of the Spooky Empire video.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Hell yeah. Alrighty.
There's a fast motion video of people sitting down. I'm sure if you slow it down, like
you'll see us.
Yeah.
So, and that house, the Universal Monsters house, is tent 3, so it'll be next to Goblin's Feast. Now, the next 2 houses are between Men in Black and like the Coca-Cola store. Like, you know, like the gift shop in that bathroom area. And it's the next 2 houses. And the next house is Slaughter Cinema 2.
You sound like E.T.
If you're dying for a B-movie horror marathon, head to the Cary Drive-In. Scream through your scenes. From creature features, grindhouse, gore, spaghetti westerns, and more. So this specific house has had such an intense reaction. This was the first house that was announced. It was announced at Spooky Empire,
where we are in that video. If you slowed it down, that I was just talking about.
Yeah. We went to that because of that.
Because they were announcing.
Well,
also just because
they didn't say they were announcing, but like, come the fuck on.
Right. It's a Spooky Empire panel of Universal Horror Nights creators. Peoples.
So yes, there was definitely an announcement. It was very exciting,
very epic,
and a lot of people have been looking forward to this because there was if you can guess, there was an original Slaughter Cinema house.
Yeah.
So this has been a long time coming, and a lot of people were really, really excited for this.
It's very punk rock. It's very very metal, very awesome. Very much what the merchandise is kind of based on this year, like color wise and theming wise. And it's pretty cool.
And Slaughter Cinema is in tent 2. And then the last house, which is next to it, is
the museum. Deadly exhibits. You decide to visit the new folklore museum exhibit, The Rotting Stone, when an evil escapes from within, destroying everything in its path.
Fuck yeah. I'm actually quite excited for this house, to be honest. I love museums, and I love the whole concept of it. And this was, if I'm correct, one of the first handful of houses, because they essentially did this thing where, like, for the first several 6 days, they had the Slaughter Cinema that was announced at the event.
It feels like they just announced these.
I know, right? And then they announced their next one, which was Goblin, then Major Suites, then the museum, then Monstros, and then the Triplets, which are all original IPs. So all of those houses were announced, like literally one was announced every single day post the announcement from Spooky Empire. So it's been exciting to kind of be a part of that process, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, those are our lovely, lovely houses. We're all very excited about it, and it's an amazing lineup, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not expecting a whole lot for this year, just because I know Epic is obviously coming out next year. So I thought they'd be focusing more of their time, energy, money into Epic, but they really pulled out all the stops this year.
They had a very good selection. Very good.
Yeah. And like every time they announced something else, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because the information for it always sounded interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
So
gives you a sneakus peekus into what is to come.
Alrighty.
Give me your rankings at this moment.
Do we want to go one by one, back and forth?
How should we do this?
Since we did solo is solo.
Sure. This list is longer, so
yeah. We can just go back and forth.
Okay.
So in the 10 spot, I have Triplets of Terror. Same.
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 Not gonna lie, feels like it's gonna be weird.
It definitely feels like it's gonna be weird
in a good way. Don't get me wrong. Every house, like I've never hated any house ever. Like they are all incredible all the time. But it's just a ranking of what I like more.
Yeah.
It's not a ranking of like best to worst. Personally, it's always
and this
a
is all
ranking
assumption.
Of, like,
I mean, you have to understand. Last time she put Chucky at the bottom, and fucking in the end, Chucky moved higher.
Yeah. So this is just an assumption.
You never know.
You really never know.
All right. Number 9, Goblin's Feast.
Slaughter Cinema.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with 9 and 10. I had those two kind of flipping back and forth.
Okay, what'd you get?
But yeah, because I kept being like, I don't know if I'm more interested in Triplets of Terror or if I'm interested in Goblin's Feast.
Okay.
So I made Goblin's Feast number 9 because I was like, okay, it sounds interesting. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, to me, I love the theming of it. Like you are the feast, ha ha ha. It's like witches and goblets having a powwow. And
very D&D.
Yeah. so
yeah. All right, my number 8 is Slaughter Cinema 2.
Oh, okay.
And that has less to do with like what it's
about.
Why
do I feel like our bottom 4 are gonna be the same?
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe. But for me, the reason why I put it there is because I don't have the intrinsic tie that most people have to the original house.
Yeah, same. I don't know. I've never seen it.
So the second one is all I will have a reference for.
Yeah. And while, we were there for when they announced it, and that was really fucking awesome. Hello. I don't know.
We weren't there for the original house that then spawned them intentionally doing an original IP house that is a sequel.
Yeah, so personally, like reading the tagline for it, it doesn't really jump out at me as, something that's going to be up there on my list. Like, obviously I'm still gonna love it, hello.
Yeah.
But still on the bottom.
It's not gonna be a feature one. So what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Major Sweets.
Okay. Shit, we might be actually closer than I thought. Damn.
It's like cool children running around being crazy
and murderous,
and I love seeing that the scare zone is getting its own house. Like,
yes, that it had enough of an impact that it needed its own house.
Yeah, because it did. It was really good.
Yeah,
really good scare zone.
So my number 7 was Major Sweets.
My number 7 was Goblin Feast.
Yeah. The only reason why I put it at 7 is because I really enjoyed the scare zone and the tribute store that came from it. I really enjoyed the idea of it.
Yeah.
So I really loved that tribute store. And so I thought the whole concept of connecting the tribute store to the scare zone was a really fascinating concept that the kids would go insane, come out crazy. I thought was fascinating. But yeah, I'm interested in it. I'm excited to see like what's up and everything in association with like all of this. I think it's going to be interesting. But we'll see.
Yes.
So my number 6 is the museum.
Same.
Deadly Exhibit.
I think the list from here on out is going to be the same. Or very similar.
Very similar. But yes, I'm very excited for the museum. But obviously I have things I am very interested in seeing that are coming up on this list. I will definitely say the first 6 are my major ones that I am very invested to see.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so what's your so both of us both had the same thing for number 6. All right,
let's say it at the same time for number 5.
1, 2, 3. Monstrous.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I do have insider knowledge. And I really fucking look forward to this house because I think it's going to be fucking cool.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I still put it at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be very fucking cool, and I still put it at number 5.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be very cool. I think it's going to be very cool.
Are we just going to say them at the same time?
All right. Number 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Insidious.
Ghostbusters. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is number 4 for me.
Yeah, I put Insidious because I like Ghostbusters more, and I know more about that one. So
I know more
and
about
here's the thing.
Ghostbusters.
Here's the thing as well. You didn't go to that one. 2019 was my favorite year that I've ever gone to HHN. It was the first year that I really got to experience it, like for that first time. It was that first time shock and awe effect.
Yeah.
So nothing will ever top that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But that first year, Ghostbusters
was there.
Gotcha. And it just left such an impact. Like, I still have my Stay Puft Marshmallow guy.
Yeah.
And I love him so much.
And I bought you the jacket.
Yes.
For Christmas.
Yes, you did.
But
just so good.
Because honestly, it's not that hard to guess at this point, but that's the house that I'm attending. Is Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So I'm very aware of that house.
And that's not going to be a secret because if you go to HHN, she's literally going to be saying
I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, that's my house of attending. I watched the movies. I loved the movies. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. I fucking cried in Afterlife, and I loved the fucking Empire.
Yep.
So I'm very excited. There's going to be really fucking cool shit that I cannot wait for people to experience.
Like Ghostbusters, like the last house was super fun and witty. It wasn't really scary, so I'm interested to see if they tackle that.
Because Empire, the movie, had funny, but it had scary spots. It had some really unsettling sides to it. So I definitely feel like they're gonna play more into the scary.
And I'll never forget, like, Ghostbusters in 2019 when I was holding my Stay Puft guy.
Yeah.
And there was an actor in there, and I was like, that was my like protection piece.
Yeah.
And the actor was sitting there, and she could like basically say whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
So she saw me. She's like, "Careful with that guy. I heard he gets bigger." Like, it was so fun. Like, it was so cool. Like, they were interacting with me, and it was like my first year going. So I was like, so like, oh my gosh, they spoke to me. You know, that type of like shock and amazement. And I'll never forget that. Like,
they get bigger, but now they also get real fucking tiny.
Yep.
And multiply like fucking crazy.
Like rabbits.
Absolutely insane. You buy a bag of marshmallows and boom, they're all Stay Puft marshmallows.
Yep.
All little dudes who are nihilistic as fuck.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd hang out with them. I'd keep them in like a box.
Yeah, because they will bite you.
Yeah.
Or attack you.
Yep.
But like also have no conscious awareness.
I'd keep them in like, you know, one of those like reptilian cages.
Yes.
Type. And like give them a bunch of stuff that they could just wreak havoc in their own space.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just live their little lives.
Yeah. Facts.
I would just film them. The amount of views I'd get.
It would be astronomical.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
this is who our list might deviate a bit here. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, if I haven't hinted at the fact that I have seen 5 of the houses a schmet of time, I know some insider shit. I am very excited. It is still number 3 for me because I am super invested in sound design and how the fuck this house is going to work. I think it's very cool that it is by itself in its own sound stage, which means they are completely in control of how it will all be. And I look forward to it. I think it's going to be really fucking cool.
It's going to be so scary too.
I cannot wait because you know that they have to have the monster, and I cannot fucking wait to see it.
I want to know how they're gonna do that.
I think it's gonna. I have no fucking clue, and I am so excited to see it.
You don't know?
No fucking clue.
Ooh.
And I am so excited to see.
That means they're probably gonna. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Heard.
100%. 100%.
It's a knee slapper. It's a pun.
100%.
Heard.
All right, number 2. Insidious.
Quiet Place. So.
Insider information. That motherfucker gonna be terrifying.
I figured that. But I still put it at number 4 because I obviously love Ghostbusters and Quiet Place. So.
Like.
Yeah.
I am ready to be uncomfortable walking through that house.
So we have deadly exhibits and monsters in the same place, and then literally all yours did was push 2 of mine down and like move it up.
But obviously,
at number 1
is Eternal Bloodlines. I am so fucking looking forward to the house.
It's okay. I will say, last year, the one I liked the least
was the Universal Monster
one.
But I feel like
I think that's just because they went so fucking hard the year before that they
went so hard that they had to like there's no way that they would have to top the one that they did the year before.
Yeah,
and
the
year before it was amazing.
You had to let them cook.
Because the biggest problem that we had with the year before is they used way too much of Phantom in it and way too much Jekyll and Hyde, and we saw Hunchback like for two moments, I think. Like we needed to have a little bit more diversity.
Like spot was so
amazing
cool when he was like up on the tower and like came down at you and the bunch of. Are you kidding me? Incredible.
But I feel like they could have done a little bit more.
I think so too.
With it, and I think it would have been really good.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it was really good.
Because I'm sorry, nothing is going to top that fucking triple jump scare from Dracula, Wolfman, and the Mummy.
They all came at us from every direction.
Also, just the fact that house had a different winner every night.
And like I literally went as like a vampire that year, and Dracula was the one who won. So it's like I won't. That's just
it'll always be there. It'll always be there.
I'm just so excited to see what memories we're gonna have this upcoming one, and it's sad because we're not gonna like get to go as much as I would like, but
but I really look forward to all of this and to what's to come. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I'm curious to see what this list looks like come after when we do part 2. Anyway, let's wrap this motherfucking podcast up.
Oh my god. I don't know how, but like I saw I was on 12%.
How are we at 2 hours and 30 minutes? What the fuck happened here? We talked a lot.
We did.
Of random shit. Anyway.
Not even stuff that because the last half hour we've been deciding if we wanted to go out Sunday night.
Anyway, okay.
So you let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna go either way, to be honest.
If you get the tickets, I will go with you. Fingers crossed that you actually are able to get the tickets, because I know right now that's very weird. So we went over the houses. We went over the scare zones and the show. Again, we don't have a whole lot. I mean, we did see some merchandise today. If you really wanted to point out like anything specific.
2 hoodies. The Frozen Empire one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Man Eye piece, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was oh no, it was Otis.
It was an icon. It was like kind of an icon shirt. It had Otis and had a couple others.
The Quiet Place creature, and then it had Saskia.
Yeah.
Van Helsing, and then one other. I want to say it was the Duality. I want to say it was like Surreal and Sinister, but I think I could be wrong. Those 2 jackets, and then the shirt that is just the head of the Death Angel. Yeah.
Which
is what the Quiet Place monsters have called. If you listen to our podcast, you would know that.
Yeah. And behind the scenes, they're called Happies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If I see one, I'm literally gonna look at it and be like, "Hi, Happy.
Hi, Happy. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Buddy, oh, palo mine. All right. Let me think. I have a list of ones, but I definitely think I'm interested, weirdly enough, more obviously enough, the Ghostbusters shirt. Because, hello, 'tis my house.
What?
So,
I can't tell you what mine is.
Must rep.
Okay, here's what I will tell you. Get the shirt with the guy from Slaughter Cinema wearing the jacket with all the houses on it, and then you'll be wearing my house. I'll tell you that.
But I also really, really liked the, what is it? The fucking, there's a Little Boo shoulder pal that I would like to get. And let me think. There is an HHN like punk tank top.
Ooh.
I like that one a lot.
The cat beanie.
Yes, the HHN beanie. Yes.
I'm getting it. It's mine.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
The fact that I've crocheted like 4 of them for myself should tell you something.
And for others, yes.
And yes, and for many other people.
And again, this is not even all of the stuff. We do not actually have full access to all of the stuff.
Let me tell you,
that's even available yet.
I'm already playing. Like, there's $300 worth of merch that I want, which is so scary to say, but like,
so
when the 2 jackets I'm talking about are $60 each, it honestly isn't as much as you'd think.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot more merch that's going to show up.
Yeah. Take my money.
Almost every single time. What's nice is that the merchandise is still available during regular park hours.
Yeah. So if you can't actually go to the event, you can
still get merchandise.
You can fake it. You can get it and be like, guys, look where I went last night.
Yeah. Real easy. But yes. All right. We're going to wrap this motherfucker up.
This went on way longer than we thought.
Our next episode, obviously, as we have stated, is our part 2 post-event of HHN.
Woo.
Where we will give you more information, things that we may have eaten, and all sorts of other fun stuff.
Our favorite scares.
Yes. And our reassembled lists. All right. You can send us an email at horrorunmasked@gmail.com. You can follow us at Instagram, Twitter, X, at horrorunmasked. And you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, and YouTube at Horror Unmasked Podcast. And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to ask. Will you scream?
Or will you scream not?
No, I'm kidding. Will you fear?
Or will you fear not?